G'day viewers, Sepp here, and we've never had any trouble with the car and all the kilometres and the travels we've had up until now. And so what's happened is we were at a place called Cow and we're packing up the afternoon, and I had to move the car to hook up the caravan. I turned the car on and the yellow light come on, engine warning light, and I thought, oh god, what's this? So anyway, cut a long story short, I had a bit of a look and it showed the DPF filter light. But anyway, so the next morning we got up to go and the light's still on, so I drove it all the way down to Port Lincoln like it was. Car ran beautiful, no dramas at all. And of course we rang the Isuzu dealer before we left and asked whether we can get the car in and they can have a look at it. So it was City West Motors in Port Lincoln, and they did a great job. They said, well, when you get down here in the afternoon, which is the following day when we left in the morning, that morning, bring it in 2 o'clock and we'll scan it, put a scan tool on, see if the code comes up. So of course I did that and the code did come up and it was a turbocharger. So I thought, oh geez. So cut a long story short, we had to have a new turbo, and we've got a, just so you know, we've got a 2018 model Isuzu MUX, and they had to order the parts from Queensland. So we drove the car around as it was anyway, because the light had gone off. But I did take a photo of it before I took the car in there, and it had gone off. So I drove it around for a few days until I got the parts. And on that Friday, of course, they rang and said, bring her in, got the parts. So we brought it in, and then we left it with them. They gave us a courtesy car, and comes Monday they called and said, come and get it, it's all done. So we thought, well, that's great. We went to pick it up, and they'd washed all the car, they blacked the tyres out, vacuumed and cleaned all the inside out. We never asked for that. That's just something they did anyway, which I thought was pretty good of that dealership. And of course I took the car out and we took it for a run, and at 5 o'clock, so that was at sort of lunchtime, and at 5 o'clock that afternoon they called us and said, well, how's it all going? That's the dealership called and said, how's the car running, how's it going? And which it was going great. I told them that, and they said, oh great, you know, any problems let us know. And of course the next morning we're heading off to our new location, and it ran beautiful. But again, the next day they rang us again just to make sure that we're going all right, which we were. And you know, you couldn't ask for anything more out of a dealership. It was great. That's City West Motors in Port Lincoln. They really helped us out well. And but anyway, so that's not the rest of the story. The rest of the story is, we got to our new location after Port Lincoln, and just today, and we decided to go for a drive on this gravel road. And this gravel road was, well, it was about 6 or 7 kilometres each way, and the car starts to make a rattling noise out the front. Because I always reckon problems come in threes. Well, this, so we've had the turbo, now we've got this rattling issue. And so I got out, pulled up on the gravel road, and I got out and had a look and banged the bottom of the bumper bar, and of course there's the rattle somewhere down there. So I've got it back to the caravan park where we're staying now. That's in Alliston, and I've got underneath it, and I'm going to show you now what I found. So here's the car, and there's the turbocharger down here, cause of the little scan code coming up. So let's get in underneath the car and show the second problem. Now I'm not sure how well you're going to see this, but what the problem is this bracket, which belongs up here. I'll show you where it goes. And it sits up right up underneath here, somewhere up there. And what's happened, of course, is the bolt hole that holds the bracket right up the top of that chassis, which I can't get my hands into, is right here, has fallen out. Now when that's fallen out, this has just been rattling around up here, as you can imagine. You can imagine it like that. And the only thing that holds it in place down the bottom here in this hole is this plastic, I suppose, screw. It's just a push-in thing. It just pushes in. So I thought, well, if I leave it sitting up like that, flopping around, that plastic thing will break, because we've got a few thousand kilometres to go yet. And I'm going to lose this bracket. It's going to fall on the ground and even possibly cause damage as it flies down the back under the car. So that's problem number one. That there is missing the bracket, which is here, which I'll get put back in on the next service, because I figure they're going to have to somehow, they might be able to get their hands up underneath here with the, possibly, or they might have to take this bumper off, I'm not really sure. So, and of course the other bolt I found missing is up in here. So you can probably see there's a hole there right where my thumb is. I've had to put some cable ties in there to hold this part of the bumper in. So if they weren't in there and the other part missing, all this front of this bumper was moving around a fair bit. Yeah, so that's it. That's our second problem we've had so far, one after the other. So hopefully this the third one doesn't happen. So with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. If you like this video, don't forget to check out Steps Adventures YouTube channel. I have heaps of videos just like this one, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see other great videos every week, and hit that bell button so you get notifications. Thanks for watching.